I think, from when I was little, and I think I'm very curious about how things work and also how I can make things work better. So I think technology can definitely help me in that perspective. Also, I consider myself very handy. I think engineering is the middle ground that brings everything together, trying to make it work and trying to make it work efficiently. Then also engineers that can, they can deliver projects that can actually change people's life and benefits, enhance the quality of their lives. The field I'm in, traffic engineering, transportation planning, and that is actually a branch off from civil engineering. So it's a very crucial component to the mobility for people and also for goods as well. I believe with proper transportation methods, then people can go to places more conveniently. And also with proper design, it provides all this mobility, accessibility, and safety that we're looking for. So much technology is being, involved, right? And some technology you think nowadays is top-notch technology, maybe look at tomorrow, things already changed. So I think that involving technology can liberate people from their commute, so they can actually allocate back those valuable time from their daily life to the things that more value to them and they're more enjoyable. Then also the sustainability of renewable energy for transportation that's being evaluated and developed in the future. I think that's really exciting as well, and also provide equitable solutions for transportation